Hello all, Stacey the Black Feather Intuitive. Catch this month's predictive information that is coming to you from a previously recorded 2026 collective reading that I did at the beginning of the year. You don't want to miss this. And click on the link in the description below to watch the entire 2-part video. Okay, so let's check out February. February feels lighter. February also feels more determined. Like I feel like the energy of a mother who says, not my kid. Nope, not my kid. I don't know why I'm saying that. So I'm going to tell you, I'm not a mother of human children. I am a stepmother. It's different for me. It's a little bit different. But I am a mother of the fur babies. And so I can relate to it in that regard that, you know, you're making fun of my dog, or you don't like my dog, or you're trying to kick at my dog. Oh, hell no. You know, that hell hath no fury, right? So I feel like there's going to be a little bit of that energy, and maybe that's the divine masculine or divine feminine that is coming through. To say protection, like, no, you're not going to do this. There's no fear in that. No, you know, when a motherly energy, or even a fatherly energy, but speaking in terms of divine feminine, that protector piece comes in. There's no fear of the consequences to you. You are literally getting, like, you're standing in the way of something hurting your child, right? Or your pet, your dog, your little fur baby. You're like, I don't care what's going on. And I'm not even thinking in terms of the consequences. I'm just standing up and saying, absolutely not. So it feels lighter, but I also feel like it feels lighter because there's sort of this sense of empowerment that comes up, but it's like an instant empowerment. It's not something that you're thinking about. It's something that just comes out. So let's see. Oh yeah. King of Wands. So I love the King of Wands energy because, you know, this archetype is very congenial. A lot of people like this archetype. This is someone who's funny and got a little charisma. As my nephew would say, he's got riz. I'm learning all of these things. Yes. And so this is someone who's got it all together. This is the entrepreneurial card. This is the person who says, I've been there and done that and figured all the things out. So nothing phases me. If I get a really cool idea, or you're approaching me with an idea, let's talk briefly about it. And then let's just do it and figure out, you know, as we go along the way, all the steps that we can take. There's no fear with the King of Wands. And I think that's really important. And I feel like that is something that's really coming up right now in February. And that really matches what I was tapping into with that kind of mama bear energy, right? Of not today, not my child, right? Not my kid, not my fur baby. I feel like February is going to bring about a lot of shift and shake up, but it's in a way that I feel is a little more controlled. So the way I would describe this is, it's like King of Wands comes in, and because he's already done all the work, because he's been there and done that and bought the t-shirt so many freaking times, he's very comfortable with what's happening here. And you throw any shift at him and he's saying, okay, there's an app for that. I'll figure it out. We will figure it out. You will figure it out. And there's like a built-in confidence when it comes to that. I feel like here, when we're talking about that February energy, there's going to be some more misinformation and disinformation that's coming out. But what's really interesting about it is that when it comes out, people see right through it instantly. And I don't know exactly how that backlash is going to come to pass, but it feels like, how do I put this? Like, Okay, I use this analogy all the time. It's the Wizard of Oz. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I'm still the great and powerful Oz. And you're like, yeah, no, you're not. And it's not as pleasant and polite as Dorothy and her companions were in regards to that situation. It actually feels a little more like swift, like a swift deflation of that nonsense. And I see there being something pretty big coming out of that on the other side. I want to say I feel a lot of triumph, I feel a lot of win, and I feel like there may even be some shift in power. Now, I will say I live in the United States, so I am in February right now feeling that what I'm kind of talking about is US related, but I'm also feeling that whatever this is, it's going to affect all of the other it's going to affect the world. It's going to affect us globally. And I feel like it's going to be a yes, finally kind of energy. So that feels really important. Um, I'm getting something medical as well. So I'll talk about that in a second. But I wanted to show what our goddess is. Yuki Onna, stillness. So I feel like this goddess is coming through because she's saying, like King of Wands, like I said, he doesn't have any fear about anything that he decides to pursue. He just goes ahead because he knows we'll figure it out as we go. But he tends to be like a mover and a shaker. Yuki Onna is coming through to give us that pause. Whatever it is that you're considering moving towards, by all means, move towards it. But take a moment to get still with yourself first, because in the stillness are the answers. I'm really drawn here to the fact that we've got, the fire energy, the oranges, the reds, the yellows, all the lower chakras. And then we have this gorgeous blue, that high heart chakra energy. It's soothing, it's calming. This is a perfect balance to the go, go, go and the fire. Now, King of Wands is not as, I want to say, active as a Queen of Wands would be. It feels not lazy, certainly not lazy. There's nothing lazy about this card, but there's a certain level of, there are certain things I don't have to do anymore because I'm the king. And so I have other people who can do that for me. This says, don't forget that we are kind of starting from scratch here. We are reinventing the wheel in essence. And this is our superpower. Our superpower is the stillness, the quiet, the going within, and the listening to our intuition, listening to our inner guidance, listening to our gut before we take a step forward. I mentioned that I'm also getting information around medical related stuff. I feel like there's something here in the US that is going to break down completely. Like it's already in the process of that, but I feel like it's going to break down completely, and it's going to be like a quick succession kind of situation. I almost feel like an anonymous benefactor steps in and like basically gives money, doesn't give money to the system to fix the thing that's broken, but provides a different place for people to go for that thing. I don't know if this is in terms of our health benefits or if this is money that that goes into specific hospitals. But what I keep feeling is anybody who needs treatment, they're going to get treatment, and it feels like it's covered or it's subsidized. So I feel like there's a broken system, like the system just completely disintegrates, and there's malice intent behind it. But then there's kind of the knight in white shining armor, so to speak, that shows up and provides an alternate option, an alternate solution. It's a temporary fix, but it is the kind of solution that really gets a lot of people out of a bind. So that feels really good. It could also be a conglomerate of benefactors. It might not just be one, it might be a grouping of people. And what I really like about this is when this gets started, it encourages others, because now there's a foundation, there's a bit of a structure that people can say, okay, well, I would never have thought to do that, but I'd like to contribute, I'd like to help. And so I feel like that's going to snowball. So February really feels like we are going to be, from a medical perspective here in the US, kind of getting out of a sticky wicket. Globally, for those of you who are not living in the US, I feel like you're watching what is transpiring, and I feel like maybe you guys are even stepping in to contribute. Maybe it's contributing money. I doubt that. I feel more like it's contributing knowledge, wisdom, uh, systematic practices that are utilized maybe in your country. And so I feel kind of a banding together that occurs around a medical system, medical advice. I also feel like there's an outbreak that, when I'm recording this, I'm recording this actually in October of 2025. I have been seeing for a while, and I saw it in my year in preview in 2025 as well, the general collective reading, that there was going to be an outbreak towards the end of the year. We're starting to see signs of that. I feel that in February, something has gotten so bad that this also kind of contributes to what this is. So there's a lot that's moving and shaking.